Aiden, how are you drinking out of that?
It's actually quite normal.
I don't even. It's making me sick.
Does it make you feel like you're having a stroke?
Yes, and it.
Here, drink out of it.
I don't want to.
It's actually quite normal.
I don't want to, bro. And it should be illegal to drink cold drinks out of a coffee mug, but whatever.
Hi, I'm normal. We didn't have to just reveal that I'm drinking something cold out of it.
Well, I didn't know what you were drinking, but mine's cold.
Welcome, everyone. We're back from another basically hiatus that was unintentional, but
I've texted you about 10 times saying, bro, when are we going to film?
It's been busy, but excuses. Let's get right into it. I have several talking points built up, so that's the one bright side about the long break. I'm in my teal era today. I'm kind of like wearing the colors from your side.
I'm wearing the colors on your side. I'm
Yeah,
wearing
sorta.
blue. Well, my pants are blue.
Yeah, you're definitely more of a blue vibe
shoes
today.
are blue. I was going to put a hat on, but I think it's too... It's
Too
a
much
different blue. It's a different shade of blue.
I see.
And I think it would just throw the entire fit off, bro.
All right. Well, anyways, first things first, I have a wildlife update because it's a recurring topic on this pod. You remember the frog that I told you about?
Yes.
That always hopped in my...
Yes.
And I wasn't really sure if it was the same frog, but now I'm sure it was the same frog. And
did it come back again?
Well, I kept seeing him every single day coming from like the back door of the garage, like leaving through the actual garage door. He was always facing the same direction, going the same way at the same time of day. So I think he had like a huge giant lap around
He's trying to find him
town.
a honey.
Yeah, I don't know what he was up to, but I think he actually made like his whole life's purpose was to make one lap around however far frogs travel in a day, and it would always just end up back in the same place.
How far do frogs travel in a day?
It's honestly a good question. What do frogs do all day?
Croak.
I think about that sometimes.
But you know, it's funny because
animals have to do stuff all day.
You know, but what's funny is frogs croak, but when we say someone croak, that means they're dead.
It's like a frog conspiracy. Right? You think about that, like how animals, I mean, it's not like they go to their jobs or like have to pick up their kids from a game
do
or
their laundry and
like what are they have to fill up all day with animal related tasks.
They don't typically travel daily.
Don't in a fixed distance, but rather move to find food, mates, or breeding sites. Some frogs can travel quite long distances, like 1 mile to a breeding pool.
They don't typically travel.
Other frogs, like the common toad, which is what it was, might travel up to 5 kilometers to find a suitable habitat.
What's 5 kilometers?
Just think about 5 miles. I know it's like quite different, but that's what our American minds are trained to go off of.
5K.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Which is
5
equivalent.
kilometers is 3.1 miles. So they'll travel about 3 miles a day. That's pretty crazy.
They hip hopping and locking, bro.
Anyways, he was always in the same spot. So that leads me to believe he was doing a lap because he wouldn't be there in the day usually. So like he was going some kind of weird route and he always just knew to find the garage. I guess it was like his home base. I think he would just sleep in there at night too. He probably knew he could get away from predators and there's always flies in there. So he's probably eating good too. Okay, well anyways.
Did it die?
It died.
Dang it, because that's probably why you weren't getting near as much flies as we do at the house.
Maybe so, but yeah, we were cleaning up and I looked down, like it was outside the garage and the driveway, like right in the grass. It was like on its back like this, and its guts were like out of its mouth. Yeah, sorry to get gruesome there, but that's what I saw and had to pick up and. Okay, I don't know if we'll show that, but that is pretty much what it's that far. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Well, good thing
That's exactly, like, it looks like I took that picture probably. Except it's in the grass.
Well, good thing I didn't eat nothing, bro.
Yeah, so that frog died, and that's when I realized it was the same frog every day, because we have not had a single frog in that garage since I saw it.
So odd.
Yeah, so R.I.P. to that toad. Honestly, it made me pretty sad. I was like, I had to pick him up a few times and remove him from the garage, but it was no hard feelings, And I really don't know what happened to him because I'm like, he wasn't in the driveway to where a car hit him. Obviously, somebody, if they stepped on him, they would have realized they stepped on something. So nobody stepped on it. And yet, like, it
Probably
was
got
dead and nothing ate it. So
probably got too hot, bro, and then it was trying to like cool off
on
his belly, and then
exploded,
and then he had to throw up, and it was just his guts.
Oh god, dude! Wait, what did it say? Was like, did that frog you pull the picture up of? Was that one ran over? I mean, I don't think I would have hit it like on a mower. It's really
well, that makes sense because it's entire body part. Well,
like it was, the frog was oddly intact with its guts out of its mouth. So I really don't know what would have happened.
What if that's like?
Oh my gosh. It's like a freaking pile of dead toads.
What in the?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of took him for granted while he was around, so I just felt bad and just kind of had to air that out publicly. So R.I.P.
What in the?
I didn't really.
Oh my gosh! It's like the dad from Shrek.
Yeah. We should have had him a funeral and everything, and played that Paul McCartney song. So that's one part of the wildlife update. That's not all. So there was a bird nest created in my carport, or my what do you call it? Front porch, like
lot fixture.
It's like covered on my front porch, and in the corner, like right where you walk, or actually no, it was in the far corner away. It's probably like 10 feet away from the front door, but it's on the front porch. There was a bird nest there, and it was there for a few days, and I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, okay, I'll take care of that later. And then whenever we would like leave for work, they would swoop down by our faces and stuff, like they were gonna attack.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I got to do something. So one day I went out there with, I think I got a broom, and I went to go like hit it, and there was 3 baby birds that were like naked and pink, and they were like, they had like their mouths open like this, like.
Isn't it because the other day I had to literally get some birds out at work? They just like, their necks are so long, and they're like their mouths are like this, and they're chirping, and you're like, how do their necks stretch that long? It's like a giraffe, bro.
Yeah, it was really kind of weird. I was like, they look odd, but I don't have the heart to just kill them. So I was literally like, I'm just gonna wait till they grow up and leave the nest, and then I'll get rid of this nest. So anyways, I pretty much just went about my life and forgot about it, whatever. They were swooping every day, but they never actually like hit me or anything. So I was like, okay, I guess it's fine. So then there was another nest in the other corner.
Oh my!
And I was like, dude, okay, this is starting to get a little out of control. So I went to go get that one. I was like, okay, I've had enough. I've got to just destroy this one. And so I went to hit it out of the bottom, and then like I went to pretty much hit the whole thing off. But like, bird nests are really strong. All it did was like poke a tiny hole.
Was it a mud nest?
I guess. I mean, it was like sticks, but it was like definitely mud in it.
Was it like a wasp nest on the outside?
No, I mean, it looked like a classic bird nest. But it just, like, the way it looked, it was way stronger than it looked. I mean, birds are really good at building nests, obviously. But I poked a hole, and then we realized that there was eggs in that one now. And so I was like, great, okay, I don't want these eggs to die, whatever. The next day, I look, and the hole was just enough for one of the eggs to fall through, and it splattered, and there was yolk on the ground. I was like,
At least
okay,
it
now I
wasn't
feel
like.
bad.
At least it wasn't already like forming up in that egg.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it was definitely early on, but I still felt bad. So I was like, whatever, I guess I'm not going to take care of these now. Well, we were trying to move something in the house, and a bird got in the house, like a fully grown bird got in the house. And
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
flying around, and I got a broom and was trying to just like gently encourage it to fly back outside, and it just kept like flying to the TV, and then I would go there and it would like fly to a shelf, and I'd go there and then it would fly back to something.
Birds are odd creatures. They're unsettling. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I mean, I don't know. They're just unsettling.
Anyways, we turned off all the lights in the house, and then the porch light led it to go towards that. So it went outside, whatever.
And it literally went to the light.
Yeah. So finally, the other day, I was like, okay, enough of these freaking birds. So I got like a water hose, like put it on the jet setting. I was like, I'm just gonna spray these things out because the birds were gone, or so I thought. I started to spray the first one, and a bird like pops up out of there, and I'm just like spraying it with water basically, and it jumps down like it jumps out, and I realize it's still kind of a baby, like it's probably like a teenager bird, like it wasn't a baby, it was fully feathered and everything, but it probably like wasn't independent fully yet. So it jumps out, and it's able to flap its wings to like get to the ground. And then it jumps and starts flying at me, and I'm like spraying it so it won't attack me. And it just lands on the ground. So I go back to spraying the nest. I'm like covering my face and ears and stuff. And I just keep spraying. And then another bird pops out, jumps down. And then another bird pops out and jumps down. And I guess it was only 3. I thought I remembered 4, but I think it was only 3. And I just kept spraying and spraying and spraying. And it still wouldn't break the nest. It was like full jet stream power, and it was barely making a dent. I had to hold it there so long to get it. About this time, the like mom and dad bird, I guess, start realizing, I guess. So they start flying around me too. I'm like, I can't stop.
This is why we need a Zoom camera outside of your house.
So I kept spraying it, and finally it's like starts to give way, but the water is like dumping onto the baby birds while I'm spraying it, and they're just like sitting there shaking, and I feel horrible, but I'm like, dude, I can't just keep waiting. It's been months at this point, and there's 2 nests. I'm like, I can't let there be 3 or 4. So I get done with that one, and then I spray the other one. There's like no eggs or anything in that one anymore. So destroyed both of the nests. And the birds are just like sitting in the corner, and like one of them had like its wings around the other ones, and they were just like,
that's so sad.
I got like really close to it, and I could see it breathing really hard, and I was like, dude, I probably just traumatized these birds for life. I feel so bad.
Why do you have to,
I had to do what I had to do.
Start the podcast with such a sad story.
It's just a wildlife update. So anyways, I kept on like checking on them throughout the whole evening, because I was like, dude, I like wanted to go grab them and like, or give them a worm or something, like just to apologize. But
you can't do that.
Apparently it's a rumor that if you touch them, the mama
won't come back.
Yeah, apparently it's a rumor, because we looked that up.
It's a myth.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept saying rumor.
Really?
It's word on the street.
Because that's crazy. Because like, why have we always been told that?
Yeah, I didn't want to chance it either way, but I kept looking outside, and finally, like right before I went to bed, I looked one more time, and the mama bird was finally back, and it was perched up kind of where the nest was, and the 3 birds like were just sitting there in the corner. Oh, and I guess they were trying to go to sleep. I was like, dude,
it's the song 3 Little Birds.
Yeah,
sat on my
front porch,
my window.
So I was like, okay, whatever. The mom's watching over them. I know y'all don't have a home to sleep in tonight, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, I waited y'all's whole lives. Like,
bro, why didn't they find a tree, bro?
I know, but I mean, I guess they gotta have time to build a nest, whatever.
Yeah, so but anyways, they built that whole thing when they could have done that in a tree.
Yeah, they just have no concept of like, this is somebody's porch.
Somebody's living here and wants to actually come out the front door.
Anyways, yeah, I annihilated both of their homes, and then the the next day, they were all gone. So I was like, okay, good. They definitely moved on. So I think it ended well. I don't think that ended up like the frog. I think all the birds survived. I think we're good.
Bro, don't you hate whenever like your foot is tingling? Like it's like it itches, but it's like tingling.
Shake your head.
Not helping.
Did you tie your shoe too tight?
No, like I haven't tied or untied them since I tied them this morning, and all of a sudden my heels. I'm like, Dorothy. Life update for me. I had to get glasses. I've cleaned them about 5 times since before we even started. Oh, goodness, they should. I thought of this just a minute ago. You know how people would just be on the side of the street, just shoe shining? Like, you know, you just pay these people to shine your shoes. Okay, bro, let's do that for glasses. Come on now. Like,
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea, actually.
bro, like, I don't want to clean my glasses. I will pay you to clean my glasses.
Dang, why has that never been a thing? You just post up somewhere outside of like a small business and just do glasses cleanings?
Yeah, like, let me clean your glasses because you be snotting on that crap.
Dang, imagine you had all like the little tools. Imagine it was kind of like when they cleaned Woody on Toy Story 2. If you had that like
What if it was like
box.
shoe shining and it had like the actual thing that you set your foot on, but it's where you set your glasses?
You put your head in it.
Yeah.
And the person is like
And they're like spraying you down your
well, definitely we need to iron out that idea a little bit, but I think you're onto something.
Well, let's get that going because
I mean, even if you don't wear glasses, you could do your sunglasses. Like those could use a good cleaning.
yeah, or like I don't know.
And with that, like if you didn't have too bad of eyesight and you like wanted to go in that store, you could just be like, okay, well, I mean, that'd have to be pretty public and sanctioned, I guess, for people to trust that. But potentially, you could just give them your glasses and then go shop, and then by the time you're done, you just pick them up.
Well, surely you don't take that long to clean your glasses.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If it was like Toy Story 2 mode, you could really spend like 10 minutes on it and just get them like
Yeah.
fresh out of the showroom.
I'm just like, that should be that should be a service that's provided at a glasses place. Because think about it, like when you buy jewelry, they'll clean your jewelry. Like that's a service you can get.
Yeah, they don't do that
that's
for glasses.
That's kind of random. I don't know.
Really? I don't know. I don't wear glasses, luckily.
I'm new
yet.
here. I don't know, but that's what I had that thought just a second ago.
Well, speaking of setting up stations to sell services, I bought lemonade from a child having a lemonade stand.
Where?
It was in town in
Our town?
Not in this town, but the town over.
There's about 4 towns 30 miles west.
The one with
The one I work?
Yes.
Okay.
I was there. Me and Hodge were there, and she was driving along, and out the window, I just see like a boy holding a sign, and it says $1 fresh lemonade. I was like, that sounds like some crap I would have been doing as a child. I was like, I want to support his business.
Did you just give him $1?
Well, no, we turned around, and she was like awkwardly. It was like awkwardly on her side, so the kid was like, you could just pull in. And so we pull into this driveway, this random driveway of this kid. And he's the only one outside. There's no parents to be found. I think his parents didn't even know he was doing this, to be honest. I'm like 80% sure. He just thought of it, did this on his own, and had no parental guidance.
That is wild.
So we pull up, and like I'm facing him. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, some lemonade sounds really good right about now, man. And I was like, I just want one, but here's $3. So I gave him $3. He's like, okay. And he goes back to the table. He's like, I need to get you some ice. So he grabs a cup and he just runs into his house. It doesn't have any of like the supplies out on the table. There's just
That's so
a
funny.
mysterious jug of like neon yellow lemonade. It's not even ice cold or anything. He runs to the house. He like comes back. I'm like, this kid literally just went and got it from his fridge. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't even understand.
That you get a cooler.
That's like
put some
how
ice in it.
limited the fridge ice is if he's running a business. Just kids. I might be the only one who stopped and gave him money for this. I don't know. It seemed like it. I mean, the thing was mostly full. So he like runs back outside with the thing and pours lemonade. It takes him like 5 minutes. We're just sitting there like idle in his parents' driveway.
How old
Just
was
waiting
he?
on- Dude, I don't know how to tell children's age. He's like 8. I don't know. He's just a little kid, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gave me the lemonade. I think it was like clearly just some country time. Definitely not freshly squeezed, bro. It was like he found it in the cabinet and it was probably expired.
It wasn't good.
It was just like, okay. I mean, I didn't.
Ray got really sleepy after.
Did you really?
No.
Oh.
He didn't roofie the drink. I didn't really care to even drink the lemonade. We had already got a snow cone before this. I just wanted to support him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he only put like 3 or 4 ice cubes, and they melted immediately because the lemonade was so hot.
Bro.
So I drank like 5 sips out of it. It was so neon colored.
You have to be so prepared for selling anything like that in Texas.
Yeah, he was not prepared.
Like you have to have lots of ice, like more ice than you think that you would need.
He had less ice than he thought he needed. I don't even know if he even thought that far, to be honest. He wasn't very business savvy, I'll just say that, but he made at least $3 off of some sucker that day, so
I wonder what he was saving money up for.
I don't know. Probably to leave his parents since they were neglecting him and not nowhere to be found.
They probably
like, dude, what if we were creepy strangers that pulled into the driveway and like, I don't know.
Well,
Martin Luther King Jr. Bowl.
That's a detail. That's a detail.
We never did anything like that when we were little. We never had
We didn't have the right house set up. It was like on a major highway.
Yeah.
18-wheelers. Like if you got near the road, it would
But
blow
also,
you back.
our parents were the type of parents that are like, I don't want no random people coming to my house.
Yeah, probably smart parents.
Like even when they sell things on Facebook Marketplace, they're like, okay, we'll meet you at Walmart
don't come to my house.
Yeah. But they've always been like that.
Dude, you probably already know this, and I'm probably just stupid and behind the times as usual, but Ratatouille doesn't even have like meat in it. The dish, Ratatouille, from the movie.
Yeah, it's vegetables.
Bro, why?
It's like squash, zucchini.
Why would any food critic go in there and taste that and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good"?
It's French, Italian.
It was in France.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think they're accustomed to eating lots of meat.
Really?
Well, because think of it, Italians. Is that how you? Okay,
The French?
No, Italian people. They only eat, like they're mainly
It's
known
like
for bread and pasta.
Yeah. Ratatouille is traditionally. Oh, you can read it if you want.
Wasn't meant to be a meat-heavy dish. It's a vegetable stew designed to stretch budgets and showcase its flavors of seasonal vegetables. Meat was considered a luxury.
Okay, but listen. Whenever I saw that movie, every single time I've seen that movie, I was imagining that dish to have basically pepperonis in it.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't I thought it was just some kind of really fine, finely cut deli meat, you know?
It's a dish has a history that stretches back to the 18th century, originating in the Provence region of France, specifically in Nice. While it was first written recipe appeared in 1877, it was initially a meat-heavy stew, and the dish's modern vegetable-focused version didn't solidify until around the 1930s.
There's a region of France called Nice, France.
And a dish was popular long before then
Nice.
as a way to utilize
Nice.
leftover summer vegetables by peasant farmers.
Okay, well, I looked it up because I was like, dude, Ratatouille's always looked like it would be so delicious. I want to look up
that would be delicious to us.
I went to look it up how to make it, and it said like vegetables. I was like, okay, is it not like some kind of meat I need to get? And I realized it doesn't even have meat, and I was like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this crap.
I'm gonna make it one day.
It looked so good, and now it doesn't look good to me anymore. It like kind of ruined that movie for me.
Hey, what? Okay, but what time frame was Ratatouille based in? Like, what time frame?
2007.
Okay, that's when it came out. But like, what?
I think it was like present day, so right?
Oh, because you remember what's his name? Gaston. What's his name?
Gusteau.
He was dead.
Well, yeah. He's
So,
probably
like,
born in
but-
like 1930.
And then that old woman that had all the rats up in the thing,
Uh-huh.
she was watching reruns
Yeah.
of it. So that makes sense.
And that seemed like it was about from that, if he
I
was
mean-
dead and had a whole life legacy, then it seemed like he would have been
sometime
on
in the
black and white.
1950s or 1960s.
Really? So Ratatouille is based in the 50s or 60s. It's not.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you
I
didn't
guess
really.
My concept of like France is just kind of how it was in 50s and 60s.
Well, but
know what I
also
mean?
like you didn't see much of how people were living besides
Yeah.
when he finally whatever his
That's a good point. I guess I'll pay more attention next time I watch it.
I wonder
I
if they will ever make a live version of this.
I hope not, bro.
You know
I'm just over
how
all that.
dumb that is. That would be.
So I just thought it was like a super, romanticized portrayal of France. You know what I mean? I didn't really realize that it was actually set in 50s and 60s.
I never knew what period it was based
How does he
in.
even know? How do they even know this? Did Pixar come out and say that? Is it because that picture on that something circled on that letter gives it away? There's a lot of debate about the exact year, but the fashion vehicles and overall aesthetic point to that era. Reddit mentions items like black and white TVs, old style cameras, and typewriters as indications of time period. So I guess it's really not completely confirmed. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So I
It
seem
says
like
a
I'm the
note-
only one who thinks that it had that the.
It says it was.
I thought so too. Like I thought it had.
It
You
said
thought
it.
it had
No,
pepperoni type stuff
no,
in it.
I think it's very like. I think that's a big deal. Like I think people think
People
it has
think
meat
that?
in it.
Interesting.
I tried to make it and I looked it up and there's not even meat.
Yeah,
know-
I was like, that looks so good. It looks like all these different kinds of like meats in it. No, there's some vegetables, bro. Like, why would they make the big payoff meal in the movie be some vegetables, bro?
It was probably because. It's probably because the critic was poor. I don't think he had. I mean, it was his mom
Yes, but
made
like,
his meal.
They're great.
Oh my Lanta, bro! I think it's probably because the food critic's mom was a single mom and she couldn't make anything, and that was like their luxury meal.
He probably just ordered it because
He probably had grits and
well, what?
potatoes.
I mean, the real reason, I guess, is because Ratatouille was already a dish, right? Was that like a real life dish?
Yes.
So then they obviously
In
got
1930s.
they got the idea for the movie Ratatouille. Probably the idea for that dish to be the main
with the rat,
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like definitely an early part of the concept.
See
So
why don't
they just
people
kind of had to use that as the.
see why don't people come up with ideas like that?
I know, dude. They were so creative then.
Like, they
Yeah,
really
I don't-
had some stuff up their sleeve, but now they can't make it crap.
I guess I'm late to all that, but yeah, I want to make my own Ratatouille, like better Ratatouille.
Why don't you do it, but just add like pepperoni?
I need some like yellow pepperonis as well to put in it to make it look visually similar.
Just put everything else in it, but put pepperonis in it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, actually, you could put stew in it. I mean, like stew meat. Because it's traditionally for stew, but they just didn't have the meat, and they were trying to make the summer vegetables last longer.
I'm sure it's really good. I would still like to try it, but like I'm not excited about making it anymore. Kind of just killed it for me.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. The movie's still great, but now whenever like I see him take that bite and his mind, goes back to when he was a child, it's just not gonna I'm not gonna have the same sort of taste in my mouth like watching it, whatever you call that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Let's see which I don't know which one of these I want to talk about. How are we on time? Oh, okay, we're doing pretty good. Did you ever hear about the you know Dave Matthews, right? He's got that song that's like down, 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 marching ants or whatever. I did it really bad, but you know it.
Sure.
Look up Dave Matthews.
Yes, please.
Remember Because of Winn-Dixie?
Yeah. Bro, I haven't watched Because of Winn-Dixie in like 1,200 years.
He was like one of the main characters in that movie. You need to watch that again.
Yeah, I hadn't watched that since I was little, bro.
You need to watch it
The
again.
only parts that I remember is her getting the dog, her bathing it in the little kiddie pool outside the trailer.
Yeah,
and something about a big tree. Something about a big tree.
Those bald-headed boys. Remember them?
No. Yeah?
You know that song?
Yeah. What people play whenever they first get YouTube and they have to play the free music.
So you're not really even that familiar with Dave Matthews?
No.
I thought everybody kind of knew who this guy was.
I mean, tell me more about Dave Matthews.
Well, look him up in Because of Winn-Dixie. Because, I mean, this might have been like... Bro.
Because of Winn-Dixie.
Wait, did you really type? Did you think that's what I was saying? Did you know what I was talking about?
No.
She thought I said because of Winn-Dixie.
No, I know.
You still spelled it wrong. Why didn't you just click the correct... Okay, go on images.
It's okay, Mahandra. I saw you try.
Mondra, you don't know what this is? It's got...
AI knows everything.
It's got Anna Sophia Robb.
She looks the exact same as she did when she was little. Like
does,
she aged. She's gonna be like 90 years old and she's gonna look the same.
Look up Dave Matthews with that though. He was really good. So he was like he kind of got wrongfully convicted of like a crime, and there was like a rumor going around town that he is like in jail.
And then she was like friends.
She
with
knew
him.
he was like a good guy because he was always like around. I think he worked at the pet shop or something, and he'd always play his guitar. He's really good, obviously, because he does it in real life. But that was his character. Yeah. She's so little.
I know. Was this before Bridge of Terabithia?
Oh, yeah.
Very folky. I'll probably go home.
He's big.
I'll probably go like this song. I wish they made movies with the same type of vibe.
Yeah, they just can't do it anymore.
How hard it is to find a movie. Like when you find a movie that you really like,
it's always old.
So hard to find something that's similar to it and has the same vibe.
I swept the floor real slow that day.
I wish I could be a little. I wish I was an actor. Like, no, I don't wish I was an actor. I don't. But yeah. I wish because I have a real strong accent.
Yeah, you'd be very
I don't have
typecast into one
like
type of role, but yeah, you'd be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Move this hay before sunset.
Daddy's gonna whip me if I don't.
All right. Anyways, I didn't just bring up Dave Matthews for no reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My friend told me that. So I mean, he was like he's a huge artist, especially like during the 2000s and all that. So he was touring.
Bro, it's so bad.
Why don't you just take your shoes off?
Because I don't want to raw dog it up in this joint. I don't want
I mean,
y'all.
you still have your socks on.
I don't want y'all to see what kind of socks I buy. I don't know who even bought these, to be honest. I guess Mama did. Mama said Mama said they take me anywhere. What the
let's not look that up.
Dang it, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Can we cut that out, please?
I'll wait for you to take your shoes off.
Can we please? Bro, people say it all the time.
Yeah, it is kind of like a mainstream term now for a lot of other things.
I didn't just pick that up. Yeah, no, somebody said that to me the other day. They said, okay, we're not going to say that. I'm like,
all right.
Bro.
How long does it take to take off shoes?
I'm not putting it back on.
What was the point?
I itched my heel and I went on. Okay, let's rock and roll. Okay, so Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews was on tour and...
Hold on, I have to write this note down because I have to show you this in a minute because it just came up to my brain and I will forget it.
I'm never going to get this out.
Okay, continue. I'm listening.
Dave Matthews was on tour with his band in like the early 2000s when he was like peak popularity, okay? Are you even listening?
I am. I really am.
I don't believe you.
At his peak of his career.
How long of a note do you have?
Hey, I'm listening.
Okay, so Dave Matthews was on tour with his band, okay? They were using the bathroom on the tour bus, okay?
Oh my gosh, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
They dumped it on tourists?
They pulled up on a bridge and were like, all right, we need to empty this tank. They dumped it out. Little did they know there was a boat, like, tour guide group going like on a scenic tour of like a river at the bottom. He was in the middle of the night. I don't know.
Okay. Well then.
Yeah, apparently it's the middle of the night, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just dump it off this bridge. No big deal." And it just absolutely like dumped completely on the entire, just Dave Matthews and his band's poop. And the driver.
Matthews band incident. What happened? How long was this?
The Dave Matthews poop scandal.
How long ago was this?
Is that the picture of it? Oh, I didn't know there was a picture, bro. I've not seen the picture.
8?
Dude, you can just see a huge dump in the picture. I don't know if we can show that.
18 years since Dave Matthews tour bus dumped 800 pounds.
Oh my God, bro. Oh.
Wait. Bro, this does not look like nighttime.
It doesn't look like nighttime at all.
There's no way they would be able to get that picture if it was nighttime.
In August 2004, at this very location, a DMB tour bus dumped 800 pounds. Can you scroll down a little?
Of poo on some people.
Poo on some people. Somebody put a little note like it's a tourist attraction.
Wait a dang second. Yeah, no, that is not nighttime.
No, I guess I.
Wait, can you search up exactly what time this happened? Roughly 2/3 of the 120 passengers on board causing nausea, vomiting, and discomfort. Well, obviously. What do you think? They're excited to have poo dumped on them?
Okay, serious question though. Would you be time o' day? Would you be any less angry once you discovered that it was, some of the poop was from Dave Matthews?
as I didn't know who he was, I would be mad.
Were they public about what touring company it was? I wonder if we can find reviews.
So,
I really haven't read any more details than that. That's just what I heard. I didn't even see the picture
so
till now.
I wonder if any of these people press charges. I mean, surely
Surely,
they had to
yeah.
go to the hospital and like. Surely they. I mean, you would think they would get sick.
They had to pay something in damages. I mean, especially from like a celebrity like
But
that.
also-
There's money to be made.
But
off a
also,
lawsuit from that.
it's 2004.
Yeah.
So the lengths that they would go to compensate and to like, you know, whatever, do what they need to do to.
Did they really make a? They made an.
No, that's
actual
2000 and wait.
Okay, it's zip tied. It's just made to look like
But
it's.
look,
a
it says Kinsey. What is that?
Kinsey Street Bridge.
Oh yeah, Dave
How
Matthews.
are 800 pounds of crap in a tour bus?
Big old tour bus, I guess, and
Wait, can we
bunch
look
of
up a
crapping
picture
dudes.
of the tour bus?
yeah, can we see that? Dave
But, like-
Matthews tour bus 04, I guess.
But 2004, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, the lengths that they would have
Just
gone to.
immediately pulls up the poop covered boat.
Show us their tour bus.
I think they
Just search
scrapped
up-
it from existence.
Just search up
Is that
what.
it?
Just search up what did Dave Matthews tour bus in 2004 look like.
I mean, that's probably like if that's not the one, that's like a pretty good idea of what size the tour bus was, probably.
Well,
crap
still,
and-
it's not evening. What? And look at that
I
one
just
with him
imagine-
pooping on the bus.
I just imagine the beginning
Bro,
of
that dude had some freaking burritos.
I just imagine the beginning of that song "Marching Ants" or whatever playing as the poop is like dumped. Down, down, down,
I wonder
down.
what they were doing. Like, whenever they just, like, had to stop and, like, let all of this poop and pee go out. Like, what were they doing? I mean...
Well, I think the pee's in a different tank on a bus like that, so it's just
okay,
it's
but
just poop.
still, like, what were they doing? Did they hear people screaming? Or, like, did they...
Like from the tour bus.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'm sure I
Or
guess
were
this
they...
changes things. 'Cause I thought it was in the middle of the night, so I assumed like some of them were sleeping, but
Okay, so it didn't say what time this happened?
didn't really say. Did we find that out?
I mean, there'll be news articles. It'll be on the news or something. 1 p.m.
Happened at 1:18 p.m. on August 8th, 2004.
Definitely not nighttime.
The bus driver emptied the bus's Blackwater tank while driving over the Kinsey Street Bridge.
Why didn't they just go to
One
a
in the
darn...
afternoon? Like, bro.
First off, why are they doing that on a bridge? Second of
Yeah.
all, why didn't they go to a dump station? Surely
was-
they would have a dump station nearby. I mean, people camp.
Yeah, I was picturing it like kind of in the middle of the night, like shady area
Like
where they're
3
like, we can get
a.m.
away with doing this.
Yeah.
And my brain was like, why was there like a touring boat under?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, it seems perfectly obvious that there would be a
Yeah, that's like the most busiest
boat
time of the
activity
day.
under a bridge at that time. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think it was a setup? Maybe there was
Bro,
somebody that
whoever
really
would
wanted to
set
get at.
that up, that would be put them in prison.
That's just a crazy piece of knowledge.
So-
Because my friend brought that up, and I was like, "There's no way that's true. How is that? How is that true?" And I haven't heard it.
But
How
also,
does nobody know?
what happened to, like, what repercussions were there for these people?
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good question.
Good
What-
idea.
That's a great idea.
I mean, we can't do nothing now. It's 2004.
That's a great idea. We should sue them.
We were there. I wasn't not even born.
Punishment: 50 lashes. Dave Matthews is banned from music. No, he has to go to jail like on.
The bus driver, Stefan, was sentenced to 18 months probation. 18 months, bro. 150 hours of community service and a $10,000 fine. Bro.
The fine was paid to Friends of the Chicago River. The band also agreed to pay $200,000 towards environmental protection projects.
Okay, did they pay...
Just such a.
What did they do for these people, though?
It's like the image of like, or the video of like the Flex Seal tape going on the.
Oh, the
That's like-
water. Yeah.
200,000 towards environmental protection projects, like
And
so vague and random.
But you know what's crazy? In 2004, that would be like, oh, Mylanta, they really care.
I think all they really cared about was just sweeping this under the rug, and apparently they did a pretty good job because I didn't know about this till recently.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And
Remember,
it happened
but
over
look,
20 years ago.
there's a little CBS News put remembering the disgusting Dave Matthews Band bus incident in 2000. That was August 8th, 2024.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary of it.
That's, insane.
That's pretty crazy. So, I mean, it wasn't really Dave Matthews' fault, but he definitely got dragged because it was his tour bus. That kind of is unfortunate for him if he really had nothing to do with it. I mean, he's a stupid bus driver.
Yeah. Or that would suck.
Yeah, so just thought the world should know about that, or at least whatever viewers. I do have one more question.
Okay.
Before, we get out of here pretty soon. Is that one picture of Lana Del Rey, is it real?
What are you talking about?
You know Lana Del Rey, right?
Yes, of course.
There's this one picture of her that was going around. Like, it's probably like 2 or 3 years ago by now, but
you can't just say that one picture of her.
Look up I don't mean to be mean, but I guess you just look up ugly. Cause
that
okay,
one?
not that
Possum
one.
Del Rey, bro.
I still don't see it.
That's so mean.
What Possum Del Rey?
You know what's so sad is that her publicist and people
look up
her managers, they did not tell her she has to submit to be nominated for the Grammys.
They put her not to be considered?
No, she didn't know that. She didn't know you had to
submit
your music.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, that is not. That cannot be real. That doesn't even look like her, dude. That doesn't even look like her.
Going around.
No, bro, that's not her.
Girl, you're the Photoshop expert. Look at her earring.
Oh, that could be. It could be real. I don't know. The earring doesn't.
But look at her eyes.
It looks a little odd in the picture.
The eyes look a little odd.
It looks like a doll that the eyes got pushed in and never really looked right after that. Yeah, look up fade.
Fade. No, but yeah, she didn't know she had to submit her. Graydon.
Real?
Didn't.
Wait, does no more results come up as a result of that?
Looks like the same outfit.
No, it's not.
Okay, so that was.
Wait, it is. You're right.
It's the same outfit, but I think she had maybe normal hair.
No, they.
Lana Del Rey debuts a stunning new hairstyle, the low taper fade, and then the community notes is like, this is false, and possibly a digitally altered photo. Okay, well that cleared up, but nonetheless, it's really funny.
No, I don't think she's ever cut her hair short.
Can you go to it again? I swear there was more angles than just this one photo, but
just scroll down from that photo.
Yeah. There was way more. I thought, but I guess this isn't as big of a deal as I thought it was.
Where did you see this?
I don't remember, dude. It was so long ago. At least a handful of people were talking about it.
No, she's fixing to release a new album. She got married to an alligator hunter in Louisiana.
Really?
Yep.
Very interesting.
They didn't tell her she was supposed to put her music up at the Grammys to get nominated. So that's why she's never won any.
That's so dumb. So they're literally the only people that can win those is people that are super wanting to win it. It's not actually about what's the best.
It's you just gotta submit it.
Well, she's submitting it now.
I think somebody said the other day that they were changing. Oh, for whatever movie, Oscars, or I think it's the Oscars. I think they're changing the rules on that people who can be nominated for that certain category, they have to have watched all of the films to be even in there.
So you're telling me this whole time they hadn't even been watching it?
No, bro. Apparently
so
not.
So what has it all
yeah,
been?
I know.
It's just a popularity contest. It's not any type of merit to it whatsoever. Which we knew that, but they weren't even watching them?
Apparently not.
Because I heard that too. I heard that they were doing that.
But
and I was like, what?
No, I heard the other day that they were changing the rules on that. And one of the things that annoy me the most about music, bro, okay, I'm listening to some artist's old songs, okay? And, I'm just enjoying it. I love their old songs. Sometimes, you know how it is whenever you used to listen to somebody and then you don't really listen to them now.
Yeah,
but, okay,
for sure, yeah.
You know how the little clip, the little 2-second snippet thing that they do on Spotify?
Yeah, I turn that off.
Oh, can you turn that off?
Yeah, you just turn that off. I'm like, I don't want this crap. I want the album cover.
Well, tell me how to do that.
You just go in the settings. You just turn it off. It's called like Canvas or something.
Okay, well, what makes me so annoyed is that when I'm listening to a song that came out several years ago, oh no, they're going to put on that little thing promoting their new album.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, their cover art is why, bro? They're like half naked or what? I'm like, bro.
I know.
Come on.
Once they started doing the little play, I was like, dude, this is so I immediately turned it off. It's like,
I'm going to turn that off right now.
Yeah.
Because why would you do that to me? Yeah, like Miley Cyrus did that, like on her, when she came out with that rock album. I'm like, Miley, come on. I just want to listen to The Climb peacefully. I'm just kidding. I really don't listen to The Climb a lot, but.
Dude, so the Lana Del Rey photo is not real. It's all altered.
But Poot is.
But Poot Lovato is real.
Was that what you're going to say?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
No.
That's the angle and the lighting of that picture.
But like, Poot Lovato is...
But you know what's so funny is she made
Go on images.
She makes videos about it and they say, when are you gonna let Poot come out or whatever?
Come out of the basement. Yeah, click that one. Can we open a new tab and let's just see if we can just go back and forth.
Content and display? Oh, canvas. Display short
so
looping.
small.
Oh my Lanta. Graydon, you are just... That needs to be public knowledge. Guys, if you want to take off this short little 2-minute clip, go to your settings.
Yeah.
Change that
I think
crap.
the other one was better.
You're welcome.
The other picture was slightly better.
Bro, what in the poot?
It's actually slightly worse, but funnier.
We should get t-shirts made.
Bro. Is that one? What was that one called? What were they calling the Lana Del Rey one? Have a nickname? The first one you saw was Possum Del Rey. But I think that was different.
No, it was her like literally in the headlights.
What is that?
Search up. Hey,
what does
go
that
on a
mean? Beware ankle biter. What does that mean? Can we get some of those?
Hey, go on a new tab and search up Possum Del Rey.
Yeah, let's see if it comes up.
Possum Kingdom. Why is that the first thing that pops? Wait, somebody said Possum Del Rey lyrics.
Oh, that's Possum Del Rey. That's definitely Possum Del Rey.
Wait, go to the images. What in the?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What is that first one? Look at the first one.
Wow, there's just there's a lot of images of strange possums.
I was gonna say, is that actually her with the possum? But it's not.
Dude, when Poot Lovato first hit the scene, I have never laughed harder at any other meme.
What other celebrities have photos like this?
I don't know.
What would you even search this?
None of them that legendary to that
celebrity
extent. Can you look up Poot bumps?
What?
Poot bumps.
Ew.
Poot bumps.
Ew.
Demi Lovato. Poot Lovato poot bumps.
Photo similar to Poot Lovato. What?
Poot
Why are we searching up poop?
First
bump?
one.
Oh.
yeah, that was so funny to me, dude. Look at the drawing. Look at the drawing over there of it.
Look at the chin.
Fan art,
Look
dude.
At the chin. No arms or anything, bro.
Dude, it would suck so bad to be that famous and a
Wait,
photo that
hey.
diabolical comes out of you.
Bro, you know what that drawing looks like? That one guy, the one man in Shrek that's dressed up as a woman and has the beauty mark.
Yeah.
With the
let's
braid
get
around
that.
his
Let's
head.
get that up. I mean, it's a factual search.
And it's the first thing that pops
Doris.
up. Bro, he looks like... Wait, where's the beauty mark? Because doesn't he, like, flick it or something? Or is that something different?
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was just like a... Yeah, there it is. Oh, my gosh, dude. It kind of looks like... It kind of slightly looks like Vince Vaughn a little. In that one
Look
picture.
at them. Wait. Look at that one with Shrek and all the little whatever.
Dude, look at...
That one, yeah.
Oh, God, they look so
What
good.
What in the donkey?
That's the new one.
Oh, that's so
Look
dumb.
go back. Oh,
Somebody
did you
said
exit out?
Zendaya
Crap.
was joining Shrek 5.
Go
don't-
images.
Huh?
She's the daughter.
Oh.
Click the Shrek baby, dude. What is...
Blue eyes? Who picked blue eyes? Why wasn't it
Imagine this-
green?
That image is just cursed.
Look
in
at the
some way.
cone head, bro.
Well, anyways, on that note, we'll just go ahead and wrap things up here. I think we made a lot of progress today.
I think we should get shirts made of Possum, Del Rey, and Poot.
That's what we're calling, even though that's not...
Comment below.
Yeah, who do you
Yeah.
think is hotter?
What? Fade LeRay or
Fade LeRay.
Bro, we had to put that on a t-shirt, bro. Fade LeRay. That sounds like a rapper, bro.
Fade LeRay is such a good rapper
Listen to
name.
my homie Fade LeRay.
It's like the ad lib on it.
Why would I would not announce
Fade
a rapper
LeRay.
like that.
All right. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe and please comment. I'm pretty sure most of our views are coming from Indian men in their mom's basements because there's no comments and hardly any likes. So I'm not complaining. We're getting the views, but
Please comment any random questions or a
Yeah,
random thing
chime
that you
in.
discovered.
it can be the most hateful thing you could think of.
Okay, let's not
comment.
do that because then we'd have to report them.
Anything.
What? Anywho, we're gonna go to sleep now because it's like way past our bedtimes and we have work tomorrow. Adios.
Bye, guys.